In an interview with Fox News' Sean Hannity on Tuesday night, former President Donald Trump admitted that inflation is rising again, contradicting his earlier campaign promises to curb prices immediately upon taking office. However, he attributed the increase to what he described as reckless spending by the Biden administration. "Inflation is back," Trump said. "I had nothing to do with it. These people have spent money like no one ever has." His statement aligns with recent data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which showed a higher than expected rise in consumer prices last month, largely driven by increased fuel and egg prices. January recorded the largest monthly spike since August 2023, with a 3% year-over-year increase, the first such jump since June 2024. Trump is correct that he bears little direct responsibility, as Biden was in office for most of the 31-day period covered in the latest report. However, his assertion that Biden is solely to blame is more contentious. Economists remain divided on the root causes of inflation, which escalated during Biden's first year, peaked in June 2022 at a 40-year high, and later declined to near normal levels. During the interview, Trump linked inflation to Biden's push for what he called the Green New Scam, though no legislation under that name has been passed. They were given $9 trillion to waste. $9 trillion, and they spent it on the Green New Scam, I call it, Trump claimed. It's the biggest scam in American history. In reality, Biden's 2021 infrastructure bill, which included green energy initiatives, cost over $1 trillion. Additionally, COVID-19 relief packages amounted to $3.4 trillion, contributing roughly $5 trillion to the deficit in his first 2 years, according to the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, CRFB. However, Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, which combined tax credits with spending cuts, ultimately saved the government $240 billion through increased tax enforcement and prescription drug cost reductions. After Republicans took control of the House in 2023, Biden did not pass major new spending measures. Some economists, including former Federal Reserve Chair Ben Bernanke, have partly blamed massive federal spending for overheating the economy. A 2023 National Bureau of Economic Research report highlighted that pandemic-era relief programs injected about $5 trillion into the economy, driving up demand, tightening labor markets, and pushing wages and prices higher. However, other reports attribute inflation to additional factors such as supply chain disruptions, rising production costs, and global instability. The Bureau of Labor Statistics linked inflation to volatile energy prices, supply chain issues, and fluctuations in the auto industry. Meanwhile, a 2024 International Monetary Fund report suggested that federal spending was not the primary cause, pointing instead to broader supply and demand imbalances. The role of government spending in inflation remains uncertain. While Trump may have a case that Biden's administration spent aggressively at a risky time, most economists agree that this was not the sole factor behind the inflation surge. Moreover, federal spending is not the primary driver of the current inflationary pressures. Factors such as bird flu, which caused egg prices to spike at the fastest rate in a decade, and ongoing sanctions on Russia and Iran, which have kept fuel prices high, continue to play a role. Last month's price increases extended beyond volatile sectors like food and fuel, potentially delaying the Federal Reserve's planned interest rate cuts and keeping borrowing costs elevated for consumers. Mortgage rates and rent prices remain significant contributors to inflation. Adding to the economic uncertainty are Trump's proposed tariffs. Many economists warn that increasing import taxes could drive up consumer prices, potentially negating the benefits of his proposed spending cuts, tax reductions, and expanded fossil fuel production. While Biden's policies may have contributed to ongoing inflation concerns, Trump's economic plans, if implemented, could present new challenges, potentially exacerbating the problem rather than resolving it.